Alright, HadesOmega here. Look at this thing. It's got a little pouchy thing here. So I'm riding a 2016 Zero DS. And the dual sport stands for dual sport. So let's just take a little walk around. So you can see it's got some big dual sport tires, dual sporty tires. And like 19 in the front, 17 in the back. So let's take this thing for a ride. I've never ridden an electric motorcycle off-road. I won't get to today, but so it's on right now. Just in case you haven't noticed. And I just give it a little throttle and it goes. So right now I'm in eco mode. I'll just take it for a little ride in eco mode. So we're at 49%. Hopefully we don't run out of juice. So, I rode a Zero SR last year, and I liked it. I liked it a whole lot, you know. It's so quiet. Whee! It's so smooth. I just rode the R9T, man. That thing is a hoot. It vibrates a lot and it burbles and makes a lot of noise. This one is the complete opposite. Sport, so it's very easy it has very good turning. So quiet. All I hear is the wind. A little bit of whine from the engine. So it's got 49%. I don't know how far we can take it, but it definitely feels much different than the SR. The SR is like the little sport bike. The naked sport bike. This is a dual sport version, so I really wanted to try this out. So interesting to note, this has about 130. She said it has 135 mile range. It's pretty good, depending on how much you get on it. Now right now I'm in eco mode. Yeah, maybe we can try some lane splitting with this guy up ahead. So I'm gonna go put it in sport mode. I'm in a custom mode. I wonder what that is. Okay, I'm in sport mode now. Sport mode. Maybe they call it wheelie mode or something. Oh, well, we're not going to do any wheelies on this. Alright, here we go. Woo! I don't know. It didn't seem as much power as I remember. So I just rode the 2016 Victory Empulse. So we're still at 49%. That's good. I don't know how to change. Oh, here we go. Temperature. It has temperature and RPM. That's interesting. So it's very basic. So let me go over the controls real quick since we're at the light. Very simple. It's got a passing lights, high beam, low beam, hazard, the turn signals, and then on this side we have our favorite, the mode button, and a kill switch right here. That's pretty much it. And then there's a key here. Looks like it's got adjustable front forks. I don't know about the rear. I'm sure it's adjustable to some way. And then there's a brake lever here, and then you just twist the throttle and it goes. So right now we're in sport mode. So we're going to take this thing on the freeway real quick and see how it does on the sport mode on the freeway. I know the SR was more than capable of riding on the freeway, so we'll see how this one is. It's a little taller, but supposedly I guess it has a better battery or something. Yeah, it's taller. I'm not flat-footing it right now. I got like a half of my foot. I got the balls of my feet on the ground. Alright, here we go. Okay, shield down. Woo! Yeah! Oh boy! Wide open. 80 already. Regenerating. So I'm sure in the custom mode you can set something up where it won't you can have more regen off of the throttle. That's one thing I liked about the Victory, is that the Victory Empulse, it had good engine braking. suspension seems a little stiff for those where I can kind of feel the road a little bit. Might be a good thing. Still kind of got that like, hey, you're hanging off the front of the bike feeling. We're doing 70 right now at 4,000 RPM. Seems like to be okay. But now we've gone down to 47%. Remember, we started at 49. So it's about 130 right now. We got to take it back at like 2 or something. Hopefully we don't run the battery down. I wonder how we can find out what the range is, you know? So I'm just gonna leave it in sport mode. Alright, I'm gonna twist it real fast. I'm at 7 right now. Wow, man. It's like it's a magical force is propelling you, you know? It's very comfortable to ride. The seat is a little stiff, you know, it's kind of dished, but yeah, it is. I don't know, for dual sport, it's kind of, suspension is kind of stiff. Ooh. I don't know if we can make it to a Hicks road like this. Yeah, so freeway really kills the range on this bike. I don't know what the range is. It's just, all it has is RPM and temp. There might be a way to just change that or something. There's only 2 buttons on the dash. Oh, there we go. You can change what A and B is to what you want. So there you go. There's range. We have 36 miles range right now. So these are a customizable gauge cluster. So I think I'm gonna have I'd like to have RPM on the bottom. Oh, maybe, I don't know. I guess it doesn't do that. Oh well, whatever. Oh, that's a watts per mile or something. Alright, we'll just leave it on temp and range. I thought the RPM one was kind of cool. It does about 4,000 on the freeway. So right now we got 35 miles range. I think we can make it to where we're going. We're not going that far, provided I don't ride it like a hooligan, you know. That's a very comfortable seating position. I can stand pretty easily. I got to hunch over a little bit, you know. We're going 70 right now. It doesn't really feel like it, you know. So we're going to change lanes here on to the 85, and then there will be a nice little sweeping turn that we can play with. See, test the handling abilities a little bit. So this bike seems a little, you know, it seems a little more unwieldy than the SR. The SR is a much smaller bike, you know. Alright, here we go. Set it off of regen, get on the throttle, turn in, 80 miles an hour, low pass this STI here, woo! Easily makes it through that corner, no drama. So easy to ride. And now we're at 39%, so we just shaved off 10%. I hope we have enough to get back. I'm gonna switch it to eco mode. So I heard that to change modes, you need to that's still got a lot of power in eco. I want to try this custom mode too. There's a custom mode. I don't know what that means. So there's like a set, you can adjust the settings on it. Yeah, it doesn't doesn't have that monster acceleration that the SR has, you know, until you get it up to speed. Oh, that one's going left. I'm gonna just wait here for these guys. It's very easy to ride slow, you know. I'll tell you that. I didn't even put my foot down there. See if we can pass this Pontiac Grand Am. Woo! See ya. All right, I'm on the custom setting. So I don't know what the custom setting entails, but I'm hoping that it has more regen adjusted into it. Yeah, it's got some pretty good regen. I like that it's really easy to ride. You know, it doesn't have the jerk of the Victory. You know. The Victor is a little jerky because it still has a chain and the drive, you know, it's got drivetrain, you know. This one doesn't. It's very easy to split lanes, look at that. Let's see if I can get in front here. Oh! Oh shit! Woo! Man! I just whacked it, and then I just when we get to the hills here, when we do some of that mountain riding, I'm gonna try to get on top of the pegs, you know, stand up, because it's a dual sport, you know. So I mean, you gotta be able to ride it standing up, right? I like it how you can adjust the power output and the regen. I don't like how you can't adjust it while you're moving, see? So just like last year, like if you adjust it while you're moving, it won't go to the next setting until you like stop or something, you know? Or maybe, oh, you gotta roll off the throttle is what you gotta do. You can't do it while you're accelerating. So it went from blinking to solid sport light. So that means, yeah. There we go, I'm gonna pass these guys. Yeah, but if you ride this thing in the city, you can get a pretty good gas mileage, is what she's saying. Unfortunately, we didn't have a full, fully charged battery, so I hope we don't run out. It says we got 28 miles. It just went down like 10 miles. So we started out at 49 and we're at 34 right now. That's a little alarming. I'm pretty sure we'll make it back. I hope. So yeah, I'm getting that range anxiety already. Yeah, it's very easy to turn with the foot peg. You just wait to ride the peg down and it'll turn already at speed. I'm trying to downshift already and I can't because I don't have a clutch or a gear shift lever. I'm gonna test it out with some little twisties here. I'm in sport mode. Brake. Yeah, you can hang a leg. You can hang a leg like on a dirt bike. If you want to, because you got so much ground clearance on this guy. Brake. Turn in. You know, the throttle. Oh man, I got fixated on that truck for a second there. Very easy to ride. Okay, I'm gonna get on the pegs now. Yeah, you just kind of just like dig into it with your knee and it'll turn. Brake here. There might be a bicyclist up there. I don't want to go too fast. Just riding on the pegs. Yeah, I would like a more regen off the throttle, you know? Seems like it's not enough. Like, I want to slow down more. I guess, I mean, that's why you got brakes, right? Woo! I'm still on the pegs, still on the pegs. Line turn, I don't want, I know this is a reducing radius. There we go. I wish this was a little more twistier so I can flick it around a little more, you know? It doesn't want to slow down in the corners when I let go of the throttle. This is the problem. Alright, I'm off with the pegs. Yeah, it's kind of like, I like to be able to downshift and engine brake, and you can't really do that with this. Alright, there's always a car in this area, so I guess that means it's time to turn around. I rode it in the dirt. I did some dirt riding with it. I got the back tires to spin a little bit. Gravel. Alright, so I'm going to do some sit down riding. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's hard to ride it standing up. Yeah, actually, I didn't ever thought about that, but like, hey, I'm one of those riders that when I ride off-road, I like to use the engine braking, you know? How would the engine braking be like on this thing, you know? Woo! Man! Acceleration out of the corner. Incredible. Incredible. Brake, turn in. Push the throttle, go, go, go. Brake again, change the direction. Woo! Man! This is a lot of fun, man. The suspension is stiff. It's really stiff for a dual sport. I hope there's a way you can soften it up. Really, I don't, honestly, I don't know how well this thing will do off-road. I would like to look at some YouTube videos of people riding this off-road. You know, on maybe just something easy like a fire trail or something. I wonder how easy it would be to pick up too, you know? I see this is the future of dual sporting. Maybe I definitely wouldn't want to take this into the desert, you know, unless it has some insane range, you know, like 300 miles or something. Oh, alright, let's take it easy now. Let's kind of just take the turns all mellow. Switching up to the Ranger here. And we're at 29%. We got 24 miles on the range. So if you remember, we were at 49, so we've gone down 20% already. I'm kind of worried that we're not going to get this back. So I think I'm going to have to hypermile it on the way back. Quit while you're ahead is what they say. Oh, yes, the suspension is very stiff. I don't know, for a dual sport, I don't know, man. The suspension seems a little too stiff for a dual sport. I mean, that's a good thing, you know, but it's a good thing and a bad thing. You kind of want it to soak up the bumps, and it's not really soaking up the bumps very well. I can still kind of feel everything. The forks are big. They're enormous on this thing. I mean, just like a dual sport should be, right? Like I said, I can get the front of my feet on the ground here. Yeah, it's quiet. There's no heat coming off the bike at all. I can't feel anything. It's got a belt. It's so quiet. I think Zero's really got these bikes nailed down. You know, they're every year they're getting better and better and better and better, and they're competitively priced. The Victory Empulse was like $20,000. I'm not really sure how much this one is. We'll have to look. Yeah, we'll have to look. No, this is a 13.0 dual sport model. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would want to ride this off-road. I mean, I suppose you could, but would you really want to, you know? And I wonder how, you know, I think it would be a whole lot of fun. I bet you can get the rear tire sliding easily, you know. But then, you know, I would have to see how it runs off road. I mean, like, yeah, I would. It would be kind of weird, you know. I'm used to using a gas powered bike all the time, you know. I like going down those hills. How am I gonna do the engine braking, you know? Oh, I tried to put it in gear again. Don't have to do that, yo. All right. So now I'm just gonna have to like try to baby it a little bit. It's 29%. I think it'll be okay. Hello. That's a rider salute, even though I'm riding an eco bike. All right, here we go. We're back almost back on the freeway. I think we'll make it back. I think we'll make it back. So I'm getting that range anxiety here. I'm worried if we're gonna make it back before the battery runs out of juice. I think we should though. It's got 27% range. It went down 20%. It's still got good power. Here we go. Full twist. Off we go. Woo! And I'm running it through all the cracks I can. It's a dual sport. So yeah, it's basically, you know, it's like the other Zero bikes. It's a little heavier, taller. It's got beefier suspension. It doesn't seem to have as much power, acceleration as the other bike in sport mode, the SR, because that one was so light and small, you know. Hopefully we can make it back at 70 miles per hour. It's really easy to ride. It feels like a dual sport, you know. It's a little on the big side, so I'm 5'10", 175 pounds, so if you're about my height, it's about right, you know. I'm sure maybe you could lower it a little bit somehow, but if you fiddle around with the suspension a little bit, and then let's see here. Yeah, so I can stand on the balls of my feet basically on this. So it fits me just right actually. It doesn't seem like it's a whole lot of heavy. It's easy to ride slow. You can ride it standing or sitting. I kind of don't like riding it standing because I can't shift gears to slow it down. It's one thing, you know, it's just a habit that I've had, you know. I don't really like grabbing on the brakes. I'd rather downshift, you know. I'm not a really big on the brakes type guy, you know. I'd rather use the engine braking. San Jose here. See if I can pass this Range Rover after this turn here. On like 70. I don't think we can pass the Countryman though. Pass all these trucks here. Definitely ample passing power. I'd like to take it on this 25 mile per hour circle thing, but I think not. Okay, so it's a green, kind of like a clockwise arrow, has gone on the dash. I think that means that we need to charge the battery. It's okay, it's just down the street. I'm pretty sure we'll make it. Oh yeah, it's got more regen. So the custom mode has more regen. So let's kind of do the slow race with this thing. I want to do the slow race standing. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, I don't know. It feels harder to handle than thing. Definitely have to be careful with the throttle. Yeah, right? Okay, I'm done playing with it. There it is. Well, I liked it a whole lot. It's fun. I'll put some specs on the info box below. So it's got that, you know, smaller motor. Well, it's not small, but it's got the huge battery. This is the ZF1300. Supposedly, I think this is capable 135 miles to a charge, but it really gets tested out too well today because it only had half the charge. I wonder how much. I'm not really sure how far we went with it, but it went from. I have to see how far that was. But that was it went down. I don't know. Let me see. It has some kind of Bluetooth feature too. Anyway, it's a 14. It went from 49 to 14 with that one little ride. Yeah. So I was like, oh, yeah. It went down a whole lot. So here's the other bike. It's a Zero FXS. This is the Supermoto. This one will probably be more fun on the street. I just wanted to see what the dual sport one feels like. Oh yeah, this one feels like a dirt bike. Yeah, it's much lower to the ground. I can flat foot this one. It feels much lighter. I think this one will be more fun to ride on the street. I don't really know if I would want to take that on off-road, you know? Maybe that's if you had like a dirt driveway or something. I'm assuming you could still kind of take this one. This is the Supermoto one. I think maybe I should take this one out for a spin, you know? But I like that other one. It's big. If you're a bigger rider, you can handle it. Alright, HadesOmega out.